Hello there, it's the Archivist from tradingcardarchives.com. I'm back with my blue gloves on, ready to look at some more trading cards. As you can see, we've got another Miyazaki set on the table. This is one I received, I guess, earlier this week. I got two of them this week, so I'm a little confused. This is an interesting set, though, because it's sort of like one of those premium 10 yuan box sets, kind of what it looks like. It looks like the Star Wars box, basically. But it's a Ghibli museum in Mitaka, a Mitaka Museum set, which is very interesting because we have another one of those. This green box is also, presumably a Mitaka Museum set, and it has very similar markings on it. And crucially, the markings are all in Japanese. So this is Japanese, not Chinese, and it's the same here. And so that kind of, I don't know, that makes me think like either this one is copying this one or they're in the same series. I don't know, but I don't even know how to find out. But it's pretty interesting that they both look very similar. So I was going to open this one today, open a pack from it, and maybe open a pack from this and kind of compare them. And as I'm opening here, I want to let you know that I've been working on the lighting a little bit. I know it's still, there's still like a glare spot here, but it's a little less glary maybe. I've got diffuser cloth now over that light, and I now have a second light over here. So there's no more shadow over here or anything. We now have, a key light and a fill light. That's the photography terms for that kind of thing. But yeah, you kind of need to have two lights to get rid of shadow, and then you've got to put cloth over the lights or something in order to get rid of glare. But you can't get rid of it completely because glare is just reflecting light from a polished surface. So as long as there's light, there will be glare. But we can reduce it maybe a little bit. Interestingly, like this box, not reflective at all. So you won't get any glare from this box. But it looked reflective on the outside, but this is actually just like a pressed board box with, I guess, some printing on it, but there's no foil treatment or anything on the outside of this. It just feels like cardboard to me, which is it's clearly a design choice. It's an interesting design choice. Let's see now what is inside here. So yeah, just like we expect, you get a little bit of art in here. This is the same tray as the Star Wars set. Closes with the magnetic, and we have a hit pack. Oh, so there's our friend, Step In Card Games Limited. So now what? I don't know what to think at all about this. This is exactly the same company that makes the Star Wars set. Hang on, I'll get one and show you. I'll be right back. I'm back. I pulled this out of the archives. Now you can see that Step In Card Games Limited is making both of these. And interestingly, the fax number is the same, but the telephone number is different on these two. So I wonder if we can figure out more about this company, knowing now that there's two different telephone numbers. Maybe we can look those up and figure it out. But that is very interesting because that means this product is made by the same company that makes this. And you can see the trays are exactly the same. The box is very, very similar. Although this box has foil coating, whereas this one doesn't. Well, that's really interesting. Okay, so we've got a hit pack. We'll keep that. Yeah, I guess I wasn't expecting it to be Step In Games. That's the second time I've seen it. This format, I'm guessing, is identical, which means we'll get like one hit pack. I wonder if it'll be a ticket. It's probably even going to be a ticket, isn't it? I think I saw that in the flyer. I can't remember, but I think so. And these will probably each have 2 cards in them. There's 12 packs, so it's exactly the same format if they have 2 cards in them. So how about we... I'm like really blown away by that because now I no longer think maybe it's not a legitimate product now. It's kind of what I'm thinking because that company is different. And then is this logo their logo? Because I've seen this logo on many sets where I don't also see Step In Games. Oh, and they don't. There's nothing about Step In Games here other than that the fax number is the same fax number. You see the fax and telephone are the same, but there's nothing about Step In Games here, whereas here it says Step In Games. So I guess the hit pack is labeled that way, but these are not. Again, really unsure what to think about that. But let's take 4 of these out and kind of random them off and see which one I want to open. I'm spending a lot of time being mystified by the company that made this. But it's a really interesting clue because this logo is on many sets that are suspected to be made by the Star Wars group because they have the same configuration, 12 packs, 2 per pack, all that stuff, and the cards look kind of the same. But we were never able to put this logo with this name before, Step In Card Games. Now we can. That's great. Okay, so well, let's random these off and see which one we're going to open up today. And then, like I said, we'll open something from there to kind of compare with these 2 sets a little bit. But to do the random, I'm going to go to my favorite website, random.org. That lets me roll a virtual dice. I put in the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. I put 1 through 4 on the dice. We'll roll it 3 times and take the third result. So the first one was a 4. Second one is a 1. And third one is also a 1. So that'll be the pack we open today from this set. And then from this set, so this is our other Miyazaki Museum set. But this one doesn't say Step In Games. Oh man, but it's got the same phone numbers. Oh, I feel like Sherlock Holmes over here. Look at that. Same phone numbers. So this is also Step In Games. So now the question becomes, this is a legitimate product that I've actually seen for sale on the Mitaka Museum website. So now I'm thinking Step In Games is a legitimate vendor and licensor and actually has a legit license for this. That is now my stance. If someone wants to argue that stance, let me know your evidence. But my evidence is that set has been for sale on the official Mitaka Museum website. And the cards have the same phone number as this one, which has the Step In Games Limited name. That's on the Star Wars set. So this tells me the Star Wars set is legit too. It's kind of crazy thing to pick out. I mean, I'm not sure, right? I'm making some assumptions here, which always that's always a bad idea. But I'm doing it because it's all I have to go off, and I mean, it seems real. So okay, we're gonna do the randoming again. This is 1, 2, and 3. So we'll generate here. This is 3. The next set is 1, and then the final roll is 3. So that's what we'll open from this box. Now I have a whole other box of these to go through yet. Yeah, wow. I can't wait to like write an article about this. It's so funny. So now we know that basically we know a couple of things. We know when you see this logo, which I think has like, I don't want to try and pronounce it, but there's a word on there. I can get it off the flyer and put it in a post. But when we see this logo, it means Step In Games. And Step In Games uses these phone numbers too. So very interesting. And this set is the pre-release, and then this is the O2S. So this is the second release, it would be my guess, of the cards. Yeah, Not entirely sure. This has 5 cards in it though, so let's find out how many cards this has in it. Yeah, we're gonna actually open these, don't worry. Here we go, here we go. It's 2. So this is like the Star Wars configuration. So it's crazy because I'll show you when we open these, but this format, this framing format, is exactly the same as those cards. So is the UR. So the UR format of those cards is the same. They just aren't as thick, and they have different backs, and they have less stamping. So these are stamped all over. The outline of the character is stamped. And here all the outline around the deer and the monster chasing them is stamped. Whereas those won't have any stamping on them. I forgot to set up my sleeves. Here we go. I get these sleeved. So, okay, so it's a Star Wars type product, but using the same design language as the other Mitaka Museum sets, because both of the sets use that kind of design language. And I'll show you what I mean here in just 1 second, because I'll get this pack open and you'll immediately see how these are the same. But different. They're the same but different. So this pack will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards in it, but they're the same basic design. Right? Like the same basic design, but different backs. These cards are also square cornered, but they have this back on them, and they're much thinner. So these are, I don't know, 40, 35, 50 point, some high point, maybe like a 35 point or 55 point even, whereas this is more like 20 point. 25 point. Sorry, I should get a caliper, and then I could tell you exactly. That is just super interesting, but you can see the core difference here is that you've got stamping all over this card. All this gold is stamped onto it, whereas there's none on this card at all. It's just very plain. You know, it's got a foil treatment, but that's pretty much it. How funny. Huh. Like, all I want to do now is go back through the archives, look at every single box, find that logo, and then I can make a post of like, okay, here's all the ones that are made by the Star Wars group, for sure. And we'll finally know. And also, I think we can start to say that they are making licensed product too. This is not all just bootleg stuff. Kind of neat. So here in the URs, you see the same thing, right? We've got identical designs, even to the stamping is also the same, but there's a difference. Okay, so yeah, I see the difference. So it looks very similar unless you look around the character here. See how his shirt pocket turns gold like that? That gold is stamped into there. Whereas here, it's more of a laser foil outlining like we see in the Transformers cards. That's what that outline is. There's no stamping at all on the character. So that's the difference between these two. They otherwise look incredibly similar to me, right? And I guess this is MH02 and this is MH01. So, wow. I'm just, yeah, still kind of thrown by everything I learned here. But let's get this. This is the hit pack. I love the Van Gogh style of artwork on this too. This is great. We're only going to get one card in here. And it is a SKP. It looks very cool. It's a My Neighbor Totoro. Got some excellent cracked ice. I love the use of that. And ooh, that back is great. I mean, this is now that I know it's Star Wars, this is a very typical design for them. They use that kind of design language a lot. That card came out a little bit curved this way. Usually it's weird. It's like convexly curved here. Probably because there's too much foil on the back. But I was hoping this would be numbered because this looks like the Max back from Star Wars, but it's not. Clearly it's not. Still, there you go. SKP. That looks awesome. So, wow. What a interesting interesting discoveries and fun time here all around. I thoroughly enjoyed opening this and learning all that. And I love the cards, of course, they're great, but the most important thing to me is learning information about the manufacturers and how these are made. You can probably tell I'm very excited about that. Okay, I'm going to stop the video here because I don't think I have much more to show you other than now that we've got all the Miyazaki sets open, maybe we can do some kind of Studio Ghibli battle or something on the weekend. Probably not during the week, but maybe on the weekend we could do a bigger battle like that. That might be a lot of fun. All right, I'll talk to you all soon. I'm going to go ahead and set up for the next video.